Thank you, everyone, for coming. We're ready to begin our program, and I know you're ready for us to do that. Graduates, guests, faculty, and staff, please rise as we welcome and honor both the LSU Law Center class of 2021 and the LSU Law Center class of 2020 with a rendition of Pomp and Circumstance. It's being performed and recorded by the LSU School of Music. The 2021 3L class president, Kiefer Ackley, and the 2020 3L class president, Mary Allison Mitchell, will present the ceremonial maces. Good morning. I'm Leanne Wheelis-Lockridge, and it's my distinct honor to be serving as Interim Dean of the Louisiana State University Paul M. Hebert Law Center. On behalf of the students, faculty, staff of the Law Center, I'm excited to welcome each and every one of you here at the PMAC to our live, real-time, in-person commencement ceremony for 2021, albeit masked and distanced. And also to welcome everyone watching the live stream from wherever you may be. We're especially pleased to be able to host today not only our degree candidates for 2021 and their families and friends, but also graduates from fall 2019 and from 2020 who were unable to participate in an in-person ceremony last year because of the coronavirus pandemic. To open our ceremony, I invite you to remain standing for our national anthem, performed and recorded by the LSU School of Music. Please be seated. I now invite Patrick Riley to provide the student welcome. Patrick is the 2021 Student Bar Association Executive President. Patrick earned his bachelor's degree from LSU in chemical engineering with a concentration in biomolecular engineering. Although the past year's pandemic presented all of us, including Patrick, with a very different experience than he anticipated when he took office as executive president of the SBA, it really has been wonderful to work with him and his fellow officers this year. Patrick?
Good morning, everyone. Friends, family, loved ones, and my classmates of the class of 2021. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this very real, live, and in-person graduation ceremony. To say that our final year of law school was an interesting one is probably the biggest understatement of the century. Unfortunately, it was interesting in all the ways we'd hoped that it wouldn't be. We missed out on a lot of what makes the final year of law school special: events, in-person classes, even just hanging out with friends on campus. There's much about the past year and a half that we would likely change if we could. But I'd like to give you a quote from former President Theodore Roosevelt, who I believe to be one of the greatest American presidents. In his 1913 autobiography, he said, "There is a bit of homely philosophy which sums up one's duty in life. Do what you can with what you have where you are." Now, I think that quote is perfectly applicable to the class of 2021 and very appropriate for today's ceremony. We did not choose to have our time at the law school end the way that it did. Nevertheless, we persevered through a wide variety of challenges far beyond those experienced by law students in normal years, and the end result is that we are here today. We made it through the past 3 years, despite all the challenges, and stand now on the precipice of being attorneys because we made the most of the time we were given, imperfect as it was. To all my classmates, it has been an honor and a privilege to know each and every one of you over the past 3 years, and I look forward to growing with many of you as attorneys in the great state of Louisiana. To all the friends, family, and others here today, thank you for your love and support throughout the past 3 years and throughout our lives. We could not have done this without you. It is now my great privilege to welcome you all and to ask you to join me now in celebrating the LSU Law classes of 2020 and 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Now I'm pleased to introduce some of the special guests who have joined us today. Would each of them please stand as your names are called? Mary Leach Werner, past chair and continuing member of the LSU Board of Supervisors. Our very own Tom Galligan, president of LSU and professor of law at the Law Center. The Honorable Shelley D. Dick, Chief District Judge of the United States District Court for the Middle District of Louisiana and today's commencement speaker. From the Law Center, Associate Dean Andrea Carroll, Professor John Devlin of LSU Law, and Professor Annie Scardula of the University of North Carolina School of Law, formerly of LSU. I've gotten ahead of our captioning. And finally, the Honorable John L. Weimer, Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court and LSU Law alumnus. I invite Chief Justice Weimer to the podium to offer congratulatory remarks on behalf of the Louisiana Supreme Court.
Thank you, Dean. A limerick by Ogden Nash should be a part of every public speaker's lexicon. It goes like this. Speaker, oh speaker, you live under a delusion. The words the audience longs to hear are in conclusion. I'll begin with in conclusion. Congratulations. Congratulations on your education and your decision to attend LSU Law School, which is, as the dean indicated, my alma mater, class of 1980. That's 41 years ago for the mathematically challenged in the audience. There are many matters that I would like to share with the new graduates, but I have appropriately been allotted 2 to 3 minutes, so I will be brief. Please practice the lessons taught and hopefully learned regarding legal ethics and professionalism, and you simply can't go wrong. That was a pun. Do not allow yourself to be seduced by power, prestige, and pecuniary gain. That was an alliteration. Give back to your community, your church, your profession, your school, and most importantly, to your family. Practically speaking, while still young, pay yourself first and save to harness the power and the miracle of compounding and learn the rule of 72. I don't have time to explain it to you, so Google it. As a teaser, Ben Franklin said, money makes money, and the money that makes money also makes money. Lastly, there is not, and most importantly, there has never been such a thing as a diploma privilege. See me after if you want a further explanation. All the best of luck to you and your families. Welcome to the profession. And as a fellow Lafourche fellow said, go Tigers.
Thank you, Chief. I now want to recognize my dear colleagues, the outstanding, amazing faculty of the LSU Law Center. These individuals are the teachers and scholars who are vital to the mission of our Law Center. These professors educate and mentor our students. Would you please join with me in applauding our faculty for their dedication to our students in our Law Center? I also want to separately recognize our adjunct faculty, all of whom are listed on the back of your program. These are distinguished attorneys and judges who generously share their time, talent, knowledge, and something that's somewhat separate, their wisdom, with our students to provide a more enriching experience at the school. Please join me in thanking them for their contributions to the mission. Finally, in the category of thanks, I want to recognize and thank the staff at the Law Center, who also are remarkable individuals and together an absolutely incredible team. They are the ones who have brought this commencement ceremony to fruition. Many of our staff are here today, and I ask you join me in recognizing them and thanking them in particular for making today's event a reality. Graduates, I turn next to you, all of you here, for a small favor, but I know you can and you will do it. Now, it's America, and we're all ruggedly independent, all of us, but in reality, many people have worked with you, beside you, surrounding you, contributing to your success, to all you've accomplished, to your ability to be right here, sitting here now. Those people include faculty and staff, but also your family, your friends, many of whom are here with you today, watching from up here, in person, or maybe watching on the live stream. Others may be with you in spirit. I invite you to recognize all of them right now with a rousing round of applause and thanks. Now I'm going to thank you. I want to thank the classes of 2021 and 2020 for your class gifts. And you know what those are, but these people up here may not. Each year, the graduating class collaborates with our alumni office in a Leave a Legacy campaign to commemorate their transition from student to alumni status. Both the 2020 and 2021 3L and LLM class gifts were dedicated to the renovation of room 107 from a small seminar room into a courtroom space, with the class of 2020 dedicating gifts to the overall renovation, and the class of 2021 dedicating its gifts to fund a bronze seal for the judge's bench in that room. This renovation is part of the Classroom to Courtroom campaign, a larger renovation project aimed at renovating several classrooms in the Law Center into flexible use spaces, making them as useful as mock courtrooms as they are classrooms. This helps us provide additional space in which future students can hone their advocacy skills. We're very grateful to you, classes of 2020 and 2021, for your contributions to this campaign, which will see room 107 fully operational as a multi-purpose space and mock courtroom beginning this fall. You have indeed left your legacy. Thank you. And now I get my shot at it. A few remarks that are just my own, just for you. So, we made it here. You made it here. Staff, faculty, we made it. It feels pretty good to be here in person together. But graduates, what about this being present feels so good? Why did you choose to attend today in person? You didn't choose to attend as a transactional matter. Now my contract students, about a third of you, will groan, but your attendance is not given in exchange for your degree. It's not a contract. Why are you and your classmates here? You're here for community, the value of community and relationships. These are your people. Well, at least some of them are. You learned about community over the past year, and I think you learned more than most graduating classes do about community. Consider what made being booted out of the Law Center by COVID so difficult in March 2020. Was it really that you didn't see me or Professor Corbett or Avalos in the hall? No, that's not it. Was it because you had to make your own coffee in the morning instead of drinking Cece's coffee? I don't think that was it either. And for the class of 2021, What made the last year more challenging than you might have expected? The professors have been back in the building with you, along with Cece's. Something this year took more effort to sustain. In both scenarios, the key is community. In the spring, you felt the loss of community, the one you'd already formed. In this past year, you were challenged in creating and forming and maintaining our community, or our multiple communities within the Law Center. It turns out that having people around you really matters. Just plainly stated, people matter. Your people, your neighbors, your community, or really your multiple interwoven, overlapping communities. And think about it, your access to the internet hadn't changed. You still had ways of connecting with others. But as it turns out, relationships and connections just are not the same on and offline. It's just harder to have a conversation, a serendipitous personal or professional conversation, unless you do so directly in real time. It's harder to meet a new person. It's harder just to meet a friendly face or hear a friendly voice at just the right moment. In reflecting on the value of community and connection and what I've learned this past year, I have 3 points I'll try to quickly share with you, classes of 2020 and 2021. First, speaking directly to one another accomplishes a great deal more than texts and emails. In the electronic back and forth, it's far too easy to misunderstand and talk past one another. Speaking directly in an engaged, dynamic conversation, and I do include the telephone, don't worry, helps avoid misunderstanding and bridge difference. It's no surprise how many disputes are settled on the courthouse steps, and not just because of the backdrop of the courthouse. It's because it may be the first time the attorneys or the clients have spoken directly and seriously to one another about bridging the divide between them. So please remember to get out and meet people, talk to people, including people you already know, and be willing to pick up the phone. It's good for you, and it's going to be good for your clients. Second, person-to-person connections and relationship building creates and sustains a strong, healthy community with a diversity of thought, perspective, and background. It helps us each avoid living in echo chambers in which we only speak and listen to people who think just the way we do. No one person knows it all. No one group knows it all. We need the wisdom available from a diverse community, both for solving world problems and for finding a good plumber. By connecting with people out in the world, in person, you can become a part of a new, diverse community that overlaps and is interwoven with your existing one. Third and last, but not least, you have a real need to step away from this year's school, next year work, from the daily grind, and be with other humans. Lawyering, attending to the important issues of other people, your clients, can be very stressful. It can be all-consuming if you let it be. It's vitally important for your physical and your mental health to connect and speak with people in real time. Don't become so caught up in being busy to allow opportunities for human connection to pass you by. And so, please, in your future, don't forget what you've learned this past year through your own experience about the value of connection and the importance of other people. Don't get so busy, so stressed, that you forget to connect in real time, in real life, with real people. Be sure both to maintain your existing communities, such as the one that surrounds you right now, and to forge entirely new ones. Thank you. And now, I would like to introduce the 2020 3L class president, Mary Allison Mitchell, who has returned here today with many of her classmates. We're so happy to see them to celebrate their 2020 graduation. Mary Allison is currently an associate with Taylor, Wellens, Politz, and Dewey here in Baton Rouge. She previously served as a judicial extern in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Louisiana, including under our Chief Judge, who is with us here today. I'm delighted to welcome Mary Allison back to campus and ask she now recognize the 2020 and 2021 Professors of the Year, an honor elected each spring by the students through the leadership of the SBA.
Tough times never last, but tough people do. I'm not exactly sure who to give credit for that profound quote, but I think that all of us in the audience, and especially in these chairs, can relate to it over the course of the last year. And I think that that quote especially applies to both the two recipients of this award today, as well as the new namesake for this award. The 2021 and the 2020 Professor of the Year Award was recently renamed after our beloved Professor William Crawford. Professor Crawford was a graduate of the LSU Law Center and went on to teach at the LSU Law Center for 53 years. Now that is tough. Professor Crawford was not only the longest professor at LSU Law, but the longest professor in the LSU system. The two professors that we honor here today share so many characteristics of Professor Crawford. Our 2020 Professor of the Year, Annie Scardula, served as the Advocacy Fellow for the LSU Law Center from 2017 to 2020, meaning that for class of 2020 graduates, she followed us throughout our entire journey at PMH. A former graduate of the Law Center, Annie will forever be credited with creating the Fit to Practice series, a multi-week series which taught many of us the practical skills of being a lawyer that they don't teach in law school. And those skills will be invaluable as we embark on our journey as attorneys. She taught many of us in this room how to be an effective legal writer and a fervent advocate. And not only did she teach us, she traveled across the country with many of us. She stayed late at practices, late at competitions, and she was a friend. She offered us the utmost encouragement and support during her 3 years at LSU Law. And I know that I speak on behalf of my class and the class of 2021 when I say that we hope the class at UNC knows just how lucky they are to have you, Annie. The 2021 Professor of the Year, Mr. John Devlin, is a 35-year member of the LSU Law Center faculty. And I know that I also speak on behalf of both classes when I say there is no one like Devlin. Professor Devlin has pushed each of us throughout our 3 years. He has made us answer tough questions, consider tough legal issues, and made many of us endure tough silence when we didn't know the answer to those questions. But Devlin has supported us and helped us and made us not only better attorneys, but better people. And there is no doubt that the success of our Public Interest Law Society and pro bono programs are directly attributable to his dedication in helping us help others. In all of his years, but especially in this last year, Professor Devlin has shown us the true example of resilience and what it means to be resilient. He has undoubtedly made his mark on all of the graduates that sit here today and all of the graduates that have come before us and taught us invaluable lessons that we carry out into the practice of law. So, without further ado, it's my distinct honor and privilege to recognize the 2020 and 2021 William Crawford Professors of the Year, Mr. John Devlin and Annie Scardula.
I would like to introduce to you today's commencement speaker, Chief Judge Shelley Dick of the United States District Court for the Middle District of Louisiana. Judge Dick was nominated for the federal bench in 2012 and received her commission in 2013 after Senate confirmation. She began serving as Chief Judge on July 18, 2018. Before her confirmation for the federal bench, she was in private practice in Baton Rouge from 1988 to 2013. She also served as an ad hoc hearing officer for the Louisiana Workforce Commission while in private practice. Originally from Texas, she graduated with honors from the University of Texas in 1981, earning a bachelor's of business administration. After moving to the great state of Louisiana, she earned her JD in 1988 from the LSU Law Center. She attended the Center for Labor and Employment Law and the Institute of Judicial Administration at NYU School of Law. We're so very honored to welcome her here today, or I could say for a graduate of the Law Center to welcome her back. I now welcome the Honorable Chief Judge to the podium.
Good morning. Good morning, faculty. Good morning, graduates. Good morning, family and friends. Thank you, Dean Lockridge, for inviting me home to speak to you today. Thank you for your leadership to the LSU Law Center, and President Galligan, thank you for your leadership and welcome home. I don't know who spoke at my law school graduation commencement. I don't know what was said. I was probably more focused on the crawfish boil that was going to happen that afternoon. Like you, I fervently hoped that my law school education would provide my family and I with a rich life. And I probably defined richness much like you do. Today, you're at a threshold. You're excited and you're scared all at once. And I know that because I was excited and scared all at once. Probably a lot like the day that you took your first seat in your first law school class. Matter of fact, if we're really quiet, we can hear the purr of your engines, because I know that you are on the starting line and you're ready to pop the clutch and run into your lives. And that's exciting, but I know that it's also scary. Right now, in this moment, I want to invite you to just pause. Pump the brakes before you pop your clutch. Step into yourself and think of 3 words. You're in the process of becoming. Every day you're in the process of becoming. We're all in the process of becoming. It's not what shall you become or who shall you become. It's what values will guide your becoming. What 3 words? On the Louisiana flag are emblazoned 3 words: union, justice, and confidence. At the Martin Luther King Memorial are emblazoned 3 words: justice, peace, righteousness. The United States Marine Corps, 3 words to live by: honor, courage, commitment. What are your 3 words? These are my 3 words: justice, mercy, humility. Those 3 words literally and physically surround me every day. They have found their way onto artwork in my office. They're on a Post-it note at my computer. They're inscribed on a bowl on my coffee table. And they're on the front of my journal that I keep at home and my journal that I keep at work. I physically surround myself with my 3 words. Why? Because those are my talisman. Those are the talisman that take me through the times that are scary. Those are my touch points. And I would encourage you to have your own 3 words, your own touch points. What will your 3 words be? They will inform your words and your deeds as you journey through life. There will be times, and there probably already have, when life's journey is really hard. And the desire is to turn away. Don't do it. Pause and turn to your values. Turn to your 3 words. Circle and come back. On second look, your 3 words will guide you. It will make the road less treacherous. It will seem more straight. I don't know what your 3 words are, but I encourage you to develop a set of values, your 3 words, that will guide and direct you as you journey the path of life. And as you journey, guided by your 3 words, I want to challenge you to do 3 things. In the words of the great poet Mary Oliver, pay attention, be amazed, and tell about it. In conclusion, because we should get to the conclusion, as Justice Weimer so rightly pointed out, I want to offer you some thoughts from a philosopher and poet named John O'Donohue. And this is actually a poem. It's called A Prayer for Leaders, and it's appropriate because each of you is a leader in your own right. Hear these words from John O'Donohue. May you have the grace and wisdom to act kindly, learning to distinguish between what is personal and what is not. May you be hospitable to criticism. May you never put yourself at the center of things. May you act not from arrogance, but out of service. May you work on yourself, building up and refining the ways of your mind. May you learn to cultivate the art of presence in order to fully engage with those who meet you. When someone fails or disappoints you, may the graciousness which you engage be their stairway to renewal and refinement. May you treasure the gifts of the mind through reading and creative thinking so that you continue to be a servant of the frontier, where the new will draw enrichment from the old and you never become a functionary. May you know the wisdom of deep listening, the healing of wholesome words, the encouragement of an appreciative gaze, the decorum of held dignity. May you have a mind that loves frontiers so that you can evoke the bright fields that lie beyond the view of the regular eye. May you have good friends to mirror your blind spots. May leading be for you a true adventure of growth. And my personal words and hopes for you, may lawyering be for you a true adventure of growth. Congratulations, 2020 and 2021 graduates.
Wow. We appreciate your time and the wisdom you've shared with us today, Your Honor. It's my privilege to present you with this memento of the occasion, a framed, you don't have to pick it up, it's pretty big, a framed commemorative commencement program from today's ceremony on behalf of the Law Center faculty and staff and both classes represented here. Thank you. And now we come to the time you have all all been waiting for. But here, I have something else to read. Before I call Ms. Werner to confer the degrees, I want to tell you about the academic regalia worn today. Because we're wearing funny robes. Why are we wearing them? Graduates and degree candidates, just make it short. The robes you wear today have 3 velvet chevrons, indicating you will receive or have already received a doctoral degree. The academic hood you wear indicates an advanced degree, denoting scholarly and professional achievements. The colors inside the academic hood signify both your academic discipline and the college or university where your degree is earned. The purple and gold in the fold of your hood signifies Louisiana State University. The outside of the hood, as well as the placket coming down the front, trimmed in purple velvet, royal purple, indicates law is the supreme authority in our system of government, and your degree is in law. Before the pandemic, our plan for this ceremony included having a faculty member physically place the colored academic hood on each of you while on the stage. That ceremonial act adds a little more pomp and circumstance to further signify your having completed our advanced degree program, either the JD or the LLM, and for having earned that velvet-trimmed hood. We decided, though, that this kind of close personal proximity was not exactly 2021 in nature, but the honor and achievement is no less than if we were doing that. You should wear your robes and hoods with great pride as you cross this stage today. You have earned them. It's my privilege now to call Mary Leach Werner, past chair and continuing member of the LSU Board of Supervisors, to the podium for the conferring of degrees. Thank you for being with us to discharge this responsibility. On behalf of the faculty, it gives me great pleasure to present these degree candidates and graduates who have fulfilled the requirements for the Juris Doctor degree, the Graduate Diploma in Comparative Law, and the Master of Laws degree. Will the degree candidates of the class of 2021 and the graduates of the class of 2020 please stand?
Upon the high recommendation of the faculty of the Law Center and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Louisiana State University Board of Supervisors, I confer the degrees of Juris Doctor, Graduate Diploma in Comparative Law, and Master of Laws upon the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for those degrees. In receiving these degrees, you are accepting a solemn obligation to your fellow citizens throughout your professional careers to serve the administration of justice, to maintain the respect for the courts of which you will become officers, and to uphold the dignity and sanctity of the law of the land. Congratulations. You may now be seated. As directed by our marshals, please come to the stage. The reading of the roll will be called by Associate Dean Andrea Carroll.
First, we have the candidates for the Master of Laws from May of 2021. Flavia Alejandra Osorio Vargas. Candidates for the Juris Doctor and Graduate Diploma in Comparative Law from May of 2021. Leo Michael Aaron. Kiefer Gray Ackley. Ashley Brooke Adams. Michael James Arterburn. Bert Babington. Emily Claire Barbera. Brianne Marie Bennett. Courtney Patrice Benton. Gary Lee Blanchard. Annie Hart Boudreau. Anne Wilhelmina Boudreau. Chandler Grace Bourgeois. Ashlyn Elizabeth Bourne. Linnea Ann Brailsford. Grant Joseph Bratcher. Jessica Dell Brewer. Melanie Claire Richard Brown. Samuel Joseph Bua II. Lloyd Anthony Capello III. Jeremy Dalton Carter. Robert Burrell Carter. Jacob Roy Kubero. Anthony Demetris Causer. Maria Chiriboga. Taylor Lewis Chrisman. Haley Marie Clark. Jasmine Andrea Cole. Nigel Allen Copeland. Catherine Fruge Corey. Kristen Ann Cuvion. Andrew James Creighton. Michael Austin Dowman. Hannah Michelle Dardar. Cynthia Melissa Davila. George Allen Day. Carson Lane Delarue. Albert Damon Darabin. Louis DeVille. Kendall Mackenzie Dickey. Connor Luke Dillon. Emily Elizabeth Dillon. Patrick Kenneth Dell. Joseph Robert Dronet. Sarah Brianne Duffy. Braxton Anthony Duhon. Hannah Dale Duke. Stephen T. Dong. Jared Michael Easterling. Michael Isaac Edwards. Mitchell Knight Edwards. Winston Michael Falk. Sarah Angelina Fisher. Brittany Ellen Williams Flanders. Kirsten Estelle Frank. John David Fry. Alexis Corinne Friedman Benton. Michael Gadd. Sydney Bryce Skalinsky. Aiden Gamble. Mary Elizabeth Gentry. Jamie Elizabeth Grace. Matthew Francis Green. Jordan Michael Gremion. Danielle Grote. David Michael Guidry. Mallory Ann Giat. Ali Isam Hamida. Rachel Elizabeth Hart. Bailey Hennessy. Emily Ann Hickman. Addison Ray Hollis. Anna Elise Ayub. Andrew Garrett Jarrow. Kelsey Lee Jenkins. Kaylin Elizabeth Jolivet. Amy Lynn Jones. Devin Gunnar Jones. Jennifer Edith Jones. Sebastian Johannes Jungblutz. Elizabeth Carol Joyner. David T. Judd. Taylor Ann Kennedy. Clinton Bryce Kinley. John Thomas Clock. Jeffrey Scott Knighton, Jr. Thomas Wayne Kaluz, Jr. Peyton Shane Lashney. Adam Lester La Liberté. Dylan Joshua Landeros. Lee Daniel Landry. Austin Wilson Lanier. Alex Tyler Lejeune. Zachary Alexander Lester. Mary Catherine Loss. John Seth Reeves Madden. Blaine Alexander Mader. Haley Elizabeth Manint. Destiny Nicole Manning. Joseph Cooney McAloon. Sean Richard McAuliffe. Kate Emily McLean. Benjamin Cade Melanson. Joshua Joseph Mendez. Michaela Nicole Messenger. Caitlin Marie Mistretta. Philip Arthur Mixon. Rhett Britton Monroe. Braden Baker Morrow. Eric Philip Morvant. Chelsea Carre Mudre. Raven Araceli Mouton. Nathan Michael Mulvihill. Colin Thomas Munn. Macy Taylor Munns. Ashley Elizabeth Price Naquin. Zakiah Asia Nesbitt. Casey Marie Nielsen. Glory Neka Okafu. Orlando Reyes Ordonez. Sagan Elise Ortego. Alexandria Yasmin Otero. John Michael Parker. Benjamin Michael Parks. Morgan Lynn Peoples. Drew Thomas Perry. Brent Powell. Hayden Dallas Presley. Christian Mitchell Robert Redman. Davis Austin Richardson. Gregory Patrick Riley. Jackson Thomas Ritchie. William McDuffie Rolfe. Dustin Michael Romero. Kaylee Kathleen Rooney. Michael Frederick Schwest. Camille Francis Schwanner. Morgan Taylor Sharp. Olivia Grace Shaw. Lindrich Kodra. Lane W. Seymour. Luke Bowman St. Germain. Sydney Jean St. Pierre. Manfred Max Sternberg. Virginia Parker Stewart. Maria Christina Strauss. Daniela Tamarova. Jordan Page Tambara. Frenika Doriana Taylor. Roderick Vincent Paul Throgmorton. Michael Thrower. Kara Sullivan Tippett. Riley Tomini. Laura Lynette Tracy. V. Tweed Tran. Jared Michael Tregg. Ryan Keith Trosclair. Courtney Alexis Troxclair. Samuel Velazquez. Christopher Robin Versack. Jacob Austin Vinson. Eliana K. Wackerman. Christopher Lee Wagner. Quinn Walker. Stephanie T. Wortell. Jordan Fedderson Went. Corinne Ashley Williams. Stephen Williams. Thomas Julian Wisecarver. Charles Adams Wessner. Pearson Alexander Wolk. Riley Marie Wolverton. Jennifer Nicole Wright. Jordan Paul Zarang. William Harrison Zlock. Candidates for the Master of Laws for May of 2020. Monica Ayala. Mariano Matias Vitetta. Candidates for the Juris Doctor and Juris Doctor and Graduate Diploma in Comparative Law for May of 2020. Brittany Marie Adcox. Micah Eli Arbuckle. Caitlin Elise Bahi. Nicole Renee Bell. Will Bell. Daniel Wayne Bosch, Jr. Cody Willis Castle. James Hunter Curtis. Catherine Rushing Dukes. Brittany Ifama Essie. Haley Jane Franklin. Christian Houston Hall. Hunter Holmes Hewell. Logan Reed East. Scott Allen Johnson. Kyle Andrea Kaufman. Sydney Marie Landry. Kayen Ma Lee. Grant Alexander Leger. Mackenzie Ray Lemaire. Haley Elise Lyonnaise. Michael Wayne Maldonado. Laura Mercantile. Connor Michael McGarvey. Charles Evan McMichael. Keith Mikesell. Mary Allison Mitchell. Rachel Falgu Moody. Kwakhu Vincent Wen. John Benton Pierce. Mary Grace Pole. Brittany Marie Reed. Alyssa Rodriguez. Whitney Michelle Ruan. Jacqueline Weimer Sanchez. Claire Eleanor Schnell. Karina Shireen. Sarah Ashton Simmons. Miles Harrison Saunier. Candace Monique Square. Les Brian Terrio. Michael Joseph Vetters. Stephen R. Vick. Shelby Renee Wamsgans. Rebecca Lee Wheelis. Marcus Joseph Wilson.
Congratulations to all of you. As we near the end of our program, I am pleased to introduce Tom Galligan, who is currently serving as president of the Louisiana State University. He has been away from us at the Law Center since beginning to lead the university as its interim president on January the 2nd, 2020. I know the date because I'm very familiar with it. Before 2020, President Galligan was our Law Center Dean, a role he began in July 2016 after previously serving as president of Colby Sawyer College in New London, New Hampshire from 2006 to 2016. Before that as dean at University of Tennessee College of Law in Knoxville, Tennessee from 1998 to 2006. For those keeping score at home or in your seats, that makes 23 incredible years in higher education leadership. President Galligan earned his law degree from the University of Puget Sound, now Seattle University. Shout it out, yeah. School of Law, graduating first in his class. No pressure. He earned his LLM from Columbia University Law School. While at the LSU Law Center from 1986 to 1998, he taught torts, admiralty, UCC sales, remedies, comparative tort law, and advanced tort theory. While here, he was named the Dr. Dale E. Bennett Professor of Law in 1997 and was also from 1995 to 1998 the Executive Director of the Louisiana Judicial College. During those years, he was honored by the students, this won't surprise any of you sitting here, as Outstanding LSU Professor 6 times. Again, if you're keeping score at home, 12 years, 6 times. Do the batting average. He's a baseball fan. Since returning to LSU, other than as his time as president, he has taught torts and admiralty law. And I, for one, was happy to know the dean was ineligible for Professor of the Year after he returned because it allowed the rest of us a sporting chance at the honor. Still haven't been it, but that's okay. No grudge. He's been a great colleague and favored teacher at the Law Center. He has a tremendous passion for teaching and taught many of you in the classes of 2020 and 2021. Some of you have known him as your professor, perhaps your favorite professor, since your very first day of class in law school. President Galligan, thank you for joining us today for commencement.
Thank you, Leanne, and I think I can still say good morning. And congratulations to you, LSU Law graduates. It is really a privilege to be with you to celebrate the classes of 2020 and 2021, both of which will be remembered among the most resilient, the most determined, and the most outstanding classes in the history of LSU's Paul M. Hebert Law Center. Let's hear it for them. Now, as Dean Lockridge said, I did have the great pleasure of teaching some of our graduates. And I will tell you, I don't have to tell you, they are wonderful people. They're going to be leaders in their careers and their communities. I'm really, really proud of all of you. And I hope that you will continue to remain engaged with LSU and the LSU Law Center in the years ahead. I give a special shout out to all of you, but an extra special shout out to my torch class of the class of 2021. Corinne may remember she was the first one I called on. And she still gave me a fist bump. You all were incredibly supportive and compassionate during a really tough time for the Galligan family, and I really appreciate it. We made remote learning doable before the pandemic forced us to do it, so thank you. It has been my great good fortune to serve as president of LSU over the past 15 months. It's been an honor, it's been a privilege, and some days were a pleasure. It has been one of my highest honors to represent this university. But I have to say that one of the hardest things about it has been that I have not been able to be in the classroom at the LSU Law Center teaching you, our phenomenal students. I have missed it terribly, and I literally cannot wait to get back to teach torts and admiralty in the very near future, like soon. So Mary Werner, we get that new president here. Yes. I would like to close by thanking all of our class of 2020 and 2021 outstanding graduates to once again join me in giving special thanks and a rousing round of applause to your parents, your family members, your friends, your loved ones, your faculty, and our staff who have supported you, cheered you, cajoled you, pushed you, and flat out loved you through the years. I dare say that without them, you wouldn't be sitting here right now, so let's hear it for them. Thank you, congratulations once again, and in conclusion, go Law Tigers!
Thank you, President Galligan, so much, not only for being here, but for all that you have been doing for all of us over the years, but particularly over the last year and a half. I would now like to welcome Kiefer Ackley, President of the 2021 3L class, to the stage to deliver the class farewell. Kiefer, who received his bachelor's degree in political science and sociology from McNeese State University, is a dedicated student leader at the Law Center. He's a long-serving SBA class officer because he also served as the class president of his first and second year classes. Kiefer.
Good morning, LSU Law Class of 2021. Well, against all odds, we persevered and we did it. When we started this journey in the fall of 2018, we knew we had our work cut out for us, but not this much. We had no idea when we sat in the McKernan Auditorium for orientation that we would endure a pandemic that would strip away the very things that made us fall in love with LSU Law. We lost face-to-face interaction with our professors and classmates. We missed out on events like Barrister's Ball, Barrister's Bowl, Friday GIFs, and football tailgates. We lost out on traveling to compete in advocacy competitions. We stressed about our summer clerkships, the safety of our friends and family, and overall our mental well-being. The fear of uncertainty dwelled upon us and at times felt unshakable. But, as Nelson Mandela said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Well, class of 2021, needless to say, we rolled up our sleeve and triumphed over the fear of uncertainty. Even under the unprecedented circumstances of this past year, we pushed forward. We competed in advocacy competitions on Zoom. We masked up to advocate for our clinic clients. We held safe events for our student body. We published journal articles. We took the rest of our finals online. And we even got to continue LSU law traditions like hats and canes, assault and flattery, and last but not least, an in-person commencement ceremony. We refuse to let the circumstances around us affect our ultimate goal, the goal of graduating today. We could have decided to cower and throw in the towel, but our class scratched and clawed until the very end. We weren't always this courageous, though. Like when we took our first ever law school exam, Professor Corbett. That's right, the lovely Torts midterm 1L year. The one that only counted for 15% of our final grade, but we for some reason made it feel like 150%. Those were the days, right? It's fun to look back at memories like that and admire the growth we made as a class. But the thing I'm most proud of is that we grew together these past 3 years. We collectively grew as brilliant future lawyers and as lifelong friends. No matter the distance, the time, or the job titles we may hold in the future, nothing can take away the memories that you made these past 3 years. Nothing can take away the late night study sessions, the talks at the picnic tables outside, grabbing drinks at Chimes, the champagne toast on the front steps, or the high fives in Tiger Stadium after a Joe Burrow touchdown. If our law school experience has taught us anything, it's to never assume you will get the opportunity to do something again. Soak in every experience you get with the people you love, because we are never guaranteed a next time in life. It has been such an honor to lead a class that is full of selfless, driven, personable, and resilient people. I have greatly enjoyed all the memories and the insight that you have all added to my life. The class of 2021 has left an incredible legacy at LSU Law, and I have no doubts that we will continue to collectively thrive as a class. And lastly, to my out-of-state folks, be sure to take that Cajun flair and Louisiana pride back to your state. Proudly display that purple and gold, because LSU is far more than a common law school. Thank you, and go Legal Tigers.
Congratulations to each and every one of you before me. We wish you well, so very well, as you go forth. We hope your careers and your personal lives bring you happiness and great satisfaction, and that you guide them by those values, your 3 chosen words, as so wisely advised by the Chief Judge. You will always be part of the LSU Law family. Wherever you go, we hope you will return often to your home here. Would the class of 2021 and the class of 2020 please rise? You are now officially LSU Law alums. To signify that new status, you may move your tassels from the right side of your mortarboards to the left. For the class of 2021, when you entered the PMAC today, you received an envelope containing your LSU Law alumni pin. For the class of 2020, you received that pin last year with your diploma. We encourage you to wear those pins with pride and a sense of humble accomplishment. As we conclude our ceremony, we ask all of our guests to depart the PMAC through the portal from which you entered, and meet your graduates outside the PMAC. Please do be mindful of social distancing protocols and don't crowd other guests outside your group as you depart. Graduates, my friends down here, you will recess one row at a time as directed by the Law Center staff over here. Wait for your cue, please. They'll direct you this way. And now, I am very pleased to present the LSU Law classes of 2020 and 2021.